Aren't super treasure hunts beautiful? It's every Hot Wheels collector's dream to find a super treasure hunt in the wild. The excitement of finding it, how beautiful a lot of these super treasure hunts look, and the fact that these can fetch so much money in the resale market. I personally love to collect them, they are beautiful. And I want to share with you guys on what exactly are super treasure hunts and how you can find them. I made multiple videos on super treasure hunts before, but this year 2023, quite a few things have changed about super treasure hunts, so it's important that you guys stay up to date. So let's get the basics down. How do you differentiate a normal Hot Wheels mainline from a super treasure hunt? Well, there's a few ways. First off, you gotta look at the paint job. So this is the regular Hot Wheels mainline. Notice how glossy, how sparkly it is. Pretty standard, but for the super treasure hunt, we have what's called a Spectra Flame paint. I know it might seem a little bit ugly on camera, but when you see a Spectra Flame paint job in real life, it looks very beautiful. Next up is the TH logo. I don't know why. I know this is a super treasure hunt and TH stands for treasure hunt, but a TH logo indicates that this is a super treasure hunt. And last but not least, super treasure hunts have rubber tires. If you're a new collector, you might have difficulties differentiating between the plastic mainline wheels and the super treasure hunts. So it's important that you familiarize yourself between the rubber tires and the mainline plastic wheels. Most of you guys know that I'm mainly a loose collector, but a fourth and bonus way to differentiate a super treasure hunt from the mainline version is by checking out the packaging. Behind the car, there should be a golden Flame logo. And just a bonus tip, if you do see a Flame logo but it's not gold, then you're looking at a regular treasure hunt, which honestly, let's be honest, most of them ends up being crap. So those are the four main ways to differentiate a super treasure hunt from the rest. But there are some very weird examples of super treasure hunts out there, including this pair of Plymouths. Exhibit number 1, some super treasure hunts have extra racing decals on them, such as this Plymouth Superbird right here. On the roof, you get the number 33 and the 4 to 6 cubic inch logos right here, while for here, there's nothing on the roof. And if you look at the side, it says T-Hunt right here, while it says Hot Wheels right there. Pretty interesting, huh? Another great example is the 70 Chevelle SS, one of my favorite super treasure hunts of all time. If you guys look at the mainline version, which I don't have anymore, I mainly focus on the super treasure hunt variants. You can see that on the roof and on the hood, there's nothing. But for the super treasure hunt version, you get extra decals right there. So far, the examples I've given is that the super treasure hunt has a slightly, or if not a pretty much different paint finish from their normal version. Notice how I say paint finish and not paint job, because this for GT40, it's like baby blue, turquoise, and the normal version has the baby blue Gulf paint job. Same thing for the Supra, it has a slightly darker red compared to its lighter red mainline variant, am I right? The mainline is blue for this one, the mainline is red for this one. Now, these two special cases happened back in 2018 when Hot Wheels celebrated their 50th anniversary. Firstly was the R35 Super Treasure Hunt. The main line looks like this, white with red stripe, okay, normal. So you might think that the Super Treasure Hunt will be white color as well with a red stripe, right? Nope, that's not what happened. We have this blue Super Treasure Hunt right here. Looks totally different from the white version. So if you didn't do your research, then you might have not thought that a blue R35 was the Super Treasure Hunt. And if that's not funny enough, that year came the ultimate super treasure hunt, which is this bone shaker right here. It had a regular version, and then we have the ultimate chase version. You might think that there will be the normal version, then a super treasure hunt version, and then the ultimate chase version, right? Like 3 different bone shakers, but nope. The ultimate chase version was just a little hype thing, I guess, for Hot Wheels 50th birthday. Because it's 2023 now, we haven't heard that term in a long time. And to put it simply, nobody really gives a damn about the fact that it's an ultimate chase piece, although it's still a cool casting, so just take note of that. So collecting supers or soups, which is a slang, might be fun and all, but it's not all fun and games. Now check out this Mazda RX-3 Super Treasure Hunt, okay? And then I put the main line beside it. Yes, they look almost identical, and you might think although they're very identical in looks, this will, at least be the same. Nope, it's not. It's actually still fetching price because the Super Treasure Hunt name does have hype with it. Guys, I'm not joking. I used to own the mainline last time, and I'm not joking when I tell you that the Super Treasure Hunt version has no difference. The Spectra Flame is not obvious. If not, it looks practically like normal paint to a naked eye. So-called rubber tires looks very similar to the one in the mainline version. It just so happens that the Race Real Riders looks very similar to that new mainline wheel that Hot Wheels created that year or the year before. Yeah, sure, the only difference is very easy to the only difference that's easy to tell is the TH logo there, I guess. But other than that, there's no other differences, which is why I sold off my mainline RX3. Like, they look so similar, so I just sold it off. Who knows, maybe someone out there actually made a mistake of selling off their Super Treasure Hunt as a mainline. Maybe you guys could have seen this car in the pegs and didn't think much of it because the Spectra Flame paint is not hard to see, rubber tires are black, very hard to see, TH logo is small little thing. So hey, who knows, maybe out there you guys might have come across this and you just didn't realize it was a Super Treasure Hunt. They're pretty, aren't they? So that begs the question, how do you find Super Treasure Hunts? The first tip is you have to do research. Yes, Spectra Flame paint, TH logo, rubber tires, those are all the giveaways to differentiate the Super from the normal. But it's important that you stay up to date with all the latest Hot Wheels news so that when you are peg hunting, you know what particular castings to look for. There's actually some cases where I've been peg hunting and I'm trying my luck with the Super Treasure Hunt. Let's say there was one time where the Super Treasure Hunt for that time was the Dodge van, but there was a collector who put all of the Dodge van in the front of the pegs, and I think that collector was telling me like, hey, if you're looking for the Dodge Van Super Treasure Hunt, it's not here. I think it's a nice gesture. Or maybe he found a Dodge Super Treasure Hunt and then he's trying to flex to me. I don't know. Regardless, it's important you know what castings to look out for. Let's say the 2024 AK Super Treasure Hunt is this right here. And when I say this right here is because while I'm recording this, I forgot what it was. So let's say you see this Super Treasure Hunt, you know it's from the AK's 2024. You have to search online what are the other cars that are released with this Super Treasure Hunt. So you know that when your Toys R Us or shop restocks the pegs, you see this pattern of thinking like, wait a minute, all these cars are from the 2024 AKs, so I have to look for this Super Treasure Hunt. By knowing this, it just helps incentivize your brain a little bit more. And my last tip is if you're able to find an employee that's nice enough to, you know, let you go through a case, then there's a really good chance that you can find a Super Treasure Hunt fresh from the case. If you were to do this, please respect the employees. Don't beg them if they say no. I've heard so many cases of Hot Wheels collectors annoying and being disruptive to employees in Walmarts and Toys R Us. You guys are just an embarrassment to the Hot Wheels collector scene, so please don't do that. Just ask nicely and maybe you can go through the case and hopefully find yourself fresh soup. So yes, those were some tips on how to differentiate a Super Treasure Hunt from a mainline and how to find them in the wild. I hope you guys found this video useful, and if it did, I hope I earned your subscription. And if you just click the subscribe button right now, hey, welcome to the Drifter Gang. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.